Okay, it's saying that we're live this time.
It's live now.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if it takes this time.
All right. Who knows what happened then? Because it was red. And then, yeah, I just naturally assumed that we were live. Okay, anyway, for those that are in the comments, we had a bit of a technical difficulty just then. We thought we were live, but apparently we weren't.
It happens.
That's so weird. I think I had that one happen once before, but I noticed it straight away, so I was able to sort it. But yeah. Okay. It says it's red. It says there's 19 people here. All right, let's start again. Margaret, how are you?
I am doing well. No longer arguing. My yarn is behaving now. You guys missed the whole section where I was arguing with the ball of yarn. It's behaving currently, but I will tell you, if you see me mean mugging over here, it's because the yarn is misbehaving. And I am currently just chilling and getting caught up on my blanket, my reading blanket. So
awesome.
This is 4 and then 3 to go. And I'm caught up for now.
And how are you, Neva?
Oh, I'm fine. You know, Ari's currently propositioning people for money for McDonald's.
That's out of job. She has McDonald's money.
So she called my sister, and my sister was like, "If I had it, Ari, I'd give it to you, but I don't have it because my sister is a single person who has no. I mean, she has responsibility for herself, but nobody else. So like, you know, she just spends money how she feels. She said something about going to call her dad to ask him. I don't know.
She's on a mission to get Macca's.
She's like determined. Yeah, she's like determined to get McDonald's. Which I mean, if somebody else is gonna give her money for it, I'll make sure that it's got. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, you know, I'm just hanging out. I took a picture for Instagram earlier because I got all my little Kindle charms and my pop socket and my new Kindle background. Nice. So I did that earlier. I need to do laundry. My procrastinating. Yeah. But I'm gonna do laundry in this first sprint.
Neva,
awesome.
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, I have a load of sheets that I say there's a vlog going up today where I say I'm gonna do the sheets. That was a week ago. They are in the washer still.
Yeah, I put Ari's.
I put them in yesterday, and they're still in the washer. I need to go fix that.
I put Ari's like main bedding because she has more than one set of bedding because she's sick, so she still sometimes has accidents. I put her main bedding in the laundry before I went to bed on Wednesday, and then it's been sitting there since then. So it's fine.
Yeah, mine needs to go to the washer.
If it makes you feel any better, I have had clothes on the clothesline trying to dry in the rain for the last week, and they're still not dry. And it's going to rain again, so they're not going to be dry again. So I'm contemplating pulling them off, rewashing them, and taking them up to the laundromat because I don't use dryers or anything like that. So yeah. All right, let's have a look and see who's here, shall we? For take 2. Hello, Jen. How are you? Yeah. Thank you for joining. For the second time. We've already said hello to you, Jen, but we just went live. So anyway, it is what it is. You know, we have these things. Chris, yeah, that's it. Stuff happens. It could be that, you know, it's just not going to be my day for sprinting. So we'll see how the day pans out because I'm in for the long haul today. I've got to be in all the places. So, yeah. Hello, Chris. How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you forever.
I know. It's been so long time since we've seen each other.
Oh, dear me. At this point, I feel like we're just living on sprints.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to announce this here. Now,
okay, yeah.
My schedule is where it needs to be. So
I felt out of place yesterday. Like I was missing a limb.
I told Coda when we got on for my first 4 hours, I said, I think Nicole.
What is pizza cake flavor?
No, like pizza and the flavor for the cake. It's 2 different things.
Oh, I thought.
Okay, go talk to your auntie.
I thought you meant they mixed.
No,
together.
go. I said to him, I said, when I got off sprints with Nicole last night, well, okay, well then go say goodbye because I'm on live at the moment. Tell her I'll talk to her in a second. So yeah, when we went to get off the sprints this morning, right? For this morning for me, I told Coda, I said, I think Nicole was like legitimately upset that I was not on sprints.
No, I felt like something was missing.
And I was like, and I don't know if it's because like it was her, her YouTube birthday, or if it's just because we've been doing sprints now on Thursdays together for almost a year that she was like, what's going on? And I'm not gonna lie to you. I was at work last night and I was like, I should not be at work on a Thursday. Like, I hate it here. Like,
I think you even said it in the comments.
I did. I was like, I'm ready to leave. Like, I was like, I hate it. Like, and not that I hate my job because I don't. I just hated that I was at work on a Thursday because I was like, I don't work on Thursdays. Like, this is not a thing that I do.
Well, I just felt it was just weird. It was so weird because I'm used to you just being there. Like for the last 12 months, you've been there almost 12 months. I think it's like 8 or 9 months we've been doing this every Thursday. And it was just so weird that you weren't there. And I'm like, and I mean, you haven't been there before, but I think it was because I knew that it possibly could have been a permanent thing. It was like, oh my goodness, this is actually happening. I wasn't upset. I wasn't I was.
Because I think the only
out of
other
sorts,
one,
but not upset. Yeah.
I think the only other one that I've missed was when we were moving.
Yeah. And then you were in the comments as well.
Yeah,
so.
But I told you a few days before, I said, I just realized that we're moving on Thursday and I won't be to our destination in time for sprints. And you were like, okay. So like we had time to prepare. But then for me to be like, I don't know if she's going to make me take Thursday as a permanent day, which she's not.
Okay, cool.
And then you were like, oh. And I was like, what am I gonna do? I can't.
I'm just don't ever feel like that. That's just me processing when I say oh and I stop and I think, and that's me processing. That I mean, no one likes change, right?
Man, and I was like, we already had Ari had a little bit of a meltdown around this schedule change too. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this if there's a meltdown every. So I had to I told her this.
Oh, your dad also had a bit of a meltdown as well, telling you to quit your job. That's a grown-up's version of a meltdown.
My dad was like, if they can't honor the schedule that you need, then he's like, I support you if you quit your job and find a new job. And I was like,
that's good of him.
I was like, okay. And so, but I told her this afternoon, I was like, Mommy's schedule is going back to the way that it's supposed to be. And she was like, so you'll be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday? And I was like, yeah. She was like, thank God, because you worked yesterday and that's not a day that you work. Like she had a mini meltdown yesterday. And then I still had to go.
It'd be hard. It's hard for little people to understand that things change. Like I've had that with my kids when my partner had to work for 6 weeks at a time. They used to always just it was that's not right. Even though they really didn't have a concept of how long that was, it was still they knew that it was a long period of time for dad not to be there.
Yeah.
And I will say she had a good reason, but I just needed to make sure that this wasn't going to become a permanent thing. I did technically start in the middle of a work week, so the schedule had already been made. So the way that she did the schedule, she had to basically add me to the schedule. As opposed to waiting another week to start me, which is fine. But I was like, I have to make sure that this schedule is going to work, because if it's not going to work, if it's a long-term not going to work thing, then I'm going to have to find something else.
Especially if she's going to drop you in on weekends and that, it's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me. It's more the weekend thing with Ari, because you need to be there.
Was when she was like, "Oh, I have you scheduled for Saturday and Sunday," and I was like, "Absolutely." I was like, "I'm sorry, absolutely not." I was like, "I can't do Saturday." I was like, "There's no way." I was like, "I'll come in on Sunday and work," but because Sunday is a day that I agreed to. I was like, "But I can't do Saturday and Sunday. Then that gives me no time with my kid on the weekend."
Yeah, well, that's it. And she's more important than
but
that
it's
lady's schedule.
Back to the way it's supposed to be. So.
Okay, so I won't feel like I'll be missing a limb next week.
Your limb has grown back.
It's like
we restore the blood flow.
So someone is missing. Like that's what I felt like, when you go out in public and you've got your kids and they're all going in different directions, but you manage to keep track of them. That's what I felt like yesterday. That I was missing someone.
Watching it from work, I was like, I should be on this screen right now with all these people.
It was a good day, though. We ended up having a good day. You were definitely missed. Brittany was missed as well. But I was speaking to Brittany this morning. She came home from her kid thing and just flaked it. Was out. Yeah. So yeah, kids are exhausting at times.
They are. Tell me about it. My God.
even teenager kids are exhausting. It doesn't get any easier, or you just worry more, I guess. Hello, Lexi. How are you? Thank you for joining. We are going to go to a sprint very quickly. We're going to do 15-hour ones, I think. Is that all right? Or do you want to do 45? Let me know in the comments. Hey, just dropping in for a little bit before I head off to sleep, and hug the like button. Thank you very much. Hello, Monica. How are you? We'll work on my reading journal during the chatty bits today. That's awesome. I'd like to see pictures of it. You're always working on it. I've not seen any yet. Hello, Athea. How are you? Thanks for joining. We also have ML here as well. Oh, look out. Old lady voice is coming in. My goal for the sprint segment is to finish grading one more stack of exams. Well, good luck. I hope we can help you with that. Hello, Glenda. How are you? Christina is also here as well, listening to the Rachel incident by Carolyn O'Donoghue, and hugs the like button. Thank you. Hello to everybody. Hello, all the hellos. Just finished Fate Inked in Blood and now 10% into Just for Summer. Awesome. How's your birthday going, Katie? I was over there earlier, but then I got over to Brittany's and then I got sidetracked with chatting, and it's all happening. And I'm everywhere today. What was that, Margaret?
It happens.
I just like, where do I need to be? I've got all these tabs lined up at the moment on my computer, and yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I have an hour works. I only work half a day today, so I'm still wide awake. Half a day is a good day. I'll share it in Discord. Thank you. I'd love to see it. An hour is fine. Excellent. Close to finishing Dear Grumpy Boss by Julia Wolfe, and hoping to read a good amount of The Phoenix Empress tonight. Awesome. And Katie says her birthday has been great. Thank you. So awesome. All right. Well, we've got to the end of the comments, and I'm going to start that one and start up a sprint. Let me just get. Yep, I do have it all keyed up. Thankfully, that worked. Thank God for small mercies. All right. We will see you in an hour. Okay, we are back. How did you go, Margaret?
Well, I made dinner, and I'm currently working on a thumbnail for my video.
Awesome. I finished a short story off Stuff Your Kindle with Brittany, and spun the wheel again. And now I'm going to be reading Merciless Stars by Candace Robinson, which is book 2 in the series, but they're a standalone dark fantasy romance. So, yeah.
Very nice.
I spun up an animal with a cover with an animal on it. So, yeah. And it has audio, so that makes it nice and easy. I can do other stuff.
We love an audiobook. They're nice.
What book are you reading? I didn't ask before. I forgot.
Well, at the moment I'm watching Bones, but I'm supposed to be reading While Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams.
I could not get into that.
Yeah, it's very convoluted. So I'm interested in what's going on. I have feelings about what I'm very confused about a few things. But I don't hate it, and I'm interested.
Yeah, I think for me it just was. I didn't really understand what was going on because of the stuff that I'm just trying to think back because I had DNF'd it at the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think I got to about 80 pages and I just couldn't get into it. And I was a little bit disappointed because the author has quite the CV.
Yeah. She's she's got quite a few books under her. I kind of get that because it even with someone who's been following the American political spectrum and all of that jazz more closely over the last 6-7 years, it's incredibly confusing because you don't know where this guy stands, and I'm just okay, this is weird. It's weird.
Yeah, so I was a little bit disappointed, but I got it in one of my book boxes that I get from the book grocer here in Australia, and it sounded really interesting and all the rest of it, but I just couldn't get into it. So I just thought, you know what, that can go to someone else. I closed the book and I handed it to Savannah, and she took it to the book exchange because I don't do unhaul videos because I unhaul them straight away if they're a DNF. And we don't have any free little libraries or anything like that around here. We have one, but it's not a sealed one, so all the books have got wrecked in them and stuff like that. And so I don't put them into that. And so I give them to Savannah, and then she just she's in Brisbane, which is 3 hours away, and there's a lot of book exchanges, so she cashes them in. She gets anywhere from $3 to $5, $5 or $6 for a book. So she just has a nice little stack of cash at one of her favorite book exchanges, and so when she wants something she can go in and get it, and it works for her, works for me, gets it out of my house.
That's funny.
And I'm not tempted to pick it back up again and try again.
Well, whatever works for you.
How'd you go, Neva?
I made it to chapter 29. But are you trying to freaking talk to me every 2 seconds? So, but I also got my bed cleared off, which sounds ridiculous, but the side of my bed that I don't sleep on just accumulates things.
I don't think it sounds ridiculous.
Like snacks and everything like that. So it's now organized over there. I mean, I
call it nesting.
Yeah, my little
creating a little nest for yourself.
My diamond painting table is still up here, but it's at least it's organized now, so it's not just because I have my microphone over here. I had 6 or 7 bags of just snack food. Who needs all that? So I was it's time for this. I have 4 library books sitting over here. I'm not reading them; they're just sitting here. So
I have my I used to have my books on my bed, and then I'd scare myself in the middle of the night by kicking them off. especially the hardcovers and whatnot. And because my floor, I'm off the ground, so my floor's raised, so wooden floor, so it echoes through the whole house. And I'd wake people up with the books falling off the bed. So I had to get a TBR cart. So there's no more books on the bed now. I just get dirty looks from the girls when I'd wake up in the morning because my books had like, and I'd know because I'd hear them as well. I'm like, oh, they can just stay there. And then I'd wake up in the morning and they'd just glare at me. I'm like, I'm sorry. They're like, you need a cart. Stop putting, because it's not just one book. It would be like my entire TBR. So when I finish a book, pick it up, another one up and put that one there because I have to talk about it or whatever. So yeah. They weren't impressed.
Mine are right behind me. I don't know if you can see it, like right where the little stuffed dog is. That's where my TBR lives.
Yeah.
And then you can't see the disaster on the other side of my mattress, but because I only have a twin right now on there and not the full queen, it's definitely turned into some sort of storage. So Neva, I feel you.
I'm just saying, nobody sleeps on that side of the bed, so it's gotta get used for something.
Yeah, well, that's it, eh? All right, let's have a look how everybody else went. A few people popped in and out during that sprint. Monica was saying happy birthday to Katie. Courtney popped in to say hi, checking in for settling in for some TV. Coda also popped in, having dinner with friends, and will be on later. Everybody's saying hello. Brittany popped in. ICM. And everybody's just saying hello, basically. So not a lot is happening in the comments right now. Beatrice popped in as well before going off to bed. And good night. Sadia is also here. Hello, Sadia. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. And what are you reading today? That ticking scared me. I'm reading a book. Dark at night with a book light. I'm sorry. It could have been worse. It could have been the Halloween timers. Could have been the Halloween timer for sure. Read a few pages. I got the rest of the laundry folded and put away, then mopped and did the dishes. So now I should go and sit and read. That was very productive. Ended up in decision paralysis and just sat staring at my phone. I've been there. That's not a good place to be. Hello, Jamie. Still listening to Demon Copperhead, probably for the next 2 or 3 sprints. Awesome. How are you enjoying it? It was not my favorite book, which we discussed yesterday. Christina switched to Harry Potter 5 and still trying to catch up. We'll get there, though. That's awesome. You'll catch up by where are you up to? Because we only have to go to chapter 30, top of chapter 32 this by Sunday, isn't it, Neva? I don't know.
I think so, but I'm gonna finish because I don't know. Now my schedule's back to normal, so I'm just gonna finish so that then I'm caught up for Thursday.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Because at the most, I'll be able to be in the comments on Sunday, but I don't even know if I'll be able to do that.
No, well, that's it, because you don't know how busy you're going to be, all that sort of stuff. But
I'm just gonna knock it out now and just finish it.
Yeah,
and then Thursday we can discuss or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes sense because you've got to make it work for you as well. So, making more progress into and then she fell would have been done, but a car accident knocked out the electricity for 2 hours. Oh no. That rude. Sucks. Very rude.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is why I read on my Kindle.
And I don't have to worry about light with my Kindle, which is working.
No electricity, no problem.
And even if there's no electricity, still no problem. Because I've got battery packs. This one has 65 hours. This one's probably about 50. And then, because I just charge everything. My thing's just caught. I just realised it's going to get pulled. So, so if the power goes out, I lived on solar power for nearly 9 years. So I've battery packed myself up ready Armageddon, basically. I'm good. Hello, Hillary. How you going? Joined in that sprint. I'm reading Royal Assassin by Robert Hobb tonight. Nice. Good books. What did you think of Soldier Sailor? You'll get to see tomorrow. the vlog should go up tomorrow. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it was all right. It wasn't too bad. Hello to Glenda. I've only 15 pages left in my book, so I'm going to try and finish during this chatty bit and start Harry Potter in the next sprint. Awesome. A few people are reading Harry Potter now. I am listening to some Shifter Smart on Spotify as I play PS5 games. I quite like their audiobook selection, especially if they're smutty, right? Hey, Jean, how you going? Thanks for joining. No reading, just watching YouTube. That's fair enough. Sometimes you got to do that. I felt like that this morning. I just wanted to watch something. But then I forgot that Brittany had her readathon. So Sadie is trying to finish 5th season, but I'm also watching Bones. Awesome.
Yay! I'm on season... I don't remember. 5. I'm on season 5.
I don't think it's on any of my streaming services, so I can't even watch it.
Yeah, I have it on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully it does not have commercials. So I've just been I've been blasting through it the last couple of weeks. I'm like, wow, how do we get here?
How many seasons are there?
There are 12.
12, yeah. I knew it ran for a while. But
end of season 3 until about beginning of season 7, I was religiously watching it every week. And then I kept falling off. So there are entire big moments. There's a major character death that I just missed. And I still I chicken out every time I get close to that again.
That's the same. I've done exactly the same thing with 1883.
Yeah.
The Yellowstone one, where after there's one of the characters, the main female character, there's a situation I've stopped because I don't know what's going to happen, and I've told all my friends not to tell me because after what happened, I was sitting there sobbing because I don't know why. I just love her character so much, and I'm just sitting there. So my husband's even looking at me going, "Are you okay over there?" I'm like, "I don't think so. I can't watch anymore."
Nope. So I know, I know what happens. So I know, because I ended up not watching for season, not watching really well for seasons like 7 and 8. I was off and on, and I would end up getting caught up, and then I would watch. I think I missed 9 and 10 are the seasons that I missed, and then 11 and 12 I watched fully again. So.
And is it one that you can keep going back to? Because I've never actually watched it.
I love it. I mean, there's stuff in it that is, we were talking about this, or I was talking about this with Cal earlier. There's stuff in it that's very 2000s version of activism. There's an episode talking about a trans woman that washes up and going through the way that they handle trying to figure out what her gender is at the very beginning of the episode is just so cringy and did you talk to an actual trans person? But then there's a really wonderful conversation with her son later that I don't know how I feel about it because they are still referring to her as the son's father. But she's not here to ask what she would prefer to be referred to because I know that is case by case. But the way that conversation goes and the way her son, who was very much she before her transition, she was a evangelical Bible thumping on the TV evangelical pastor, and her sons picked that up. And the way that they handle him just going, I'm so glad my mom or my dad got to be who she was. Really, she got to experience that before she died. The way that entire conversation goes, I was sitting there going, I don't cry at fictional things, but it might happen this time. And it's there, you can see the intent was to highlight these issues and make it, but in the execution again, it was this is a whole bunch of cis straight het people in a room. There wasn't a trans person consulted for this script kind of feeling to it. And there's a lot of stuff that's like that, and there's a lot of stuff that is very dated, especially when it comes to like Islamophobia and terrorism and those kinds of things. So there's stuff that just doesn't age well, but like the characters you can always return to.
Yeah.
Even if I do,
and I think that that's very true for any old TV or anything like a little bit cringy and all that.
There are.
Yeah.
It's very much a Fox show and very much a Christian-centric show, if that makes sense. I did not realize how like very Christian it was until watching again. I'm like,
yeah. And so many years after the fact of being filmed and all that sort of stuff. Like,
and I was still very evangelical the first time I watched a lot of these episodes that have me going, this is why people talk so much about Christianity being everywhere. This is why. This is it. This is why.
Yeah, it's like I'm not religious at all, and I watch some shows and just go, and I'm so glad I decided to stay over here. Like, that just I've had some experience with some people, and
I mean, I've heard of some of the stuff that like you guys have had some stuff similar to what you've had some of us go over there and it'd be stupid as fuck.
Well, like my family, my dad's Egyptian and my last name's Bahaja, and in the town that I live in, I use Reed because of the racism. That so, because my last name is still Bahaja, but yeah, it's just.
Yeah,
it's just easier to use an Anglo-Saxon name than to try and like I was born here, like my father wasn't, so I'm first generation born in Australia. My father was from Alexandria in Egypt.
Oh, nice.
My great grandparents are from Spain and also England, so yeah, like it's just, and the racism is just wild. When I was a kid,
that's unfortunate, and I'm sorry to hear that, but it doesn't surprise me.
No, it's not surprising at all. And then even towards other, like in my family, just in my immediate family, we have Buddhists, Muslims, Christian, Church of England. There's quite a number of religions, so we're quite accepting of everything. But it's when you get outside people coming in that start judging and all that sort of stuff, and you don't even know us. Like you can't,
Well, because you guys, they're one of the big Hillsong churches is in Australia, right?
Yeah, and one of our prime ministers was a member. Yeah,
that doesn't that doesn't surprise, because I know a lot of Americans tend to go, especially American Christians, go over there and to do that.
He was tops. Just like, dude. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Mr. Halloween timer, bring it back without telling anyone. It was so much fun. It was hilarious. But I'm not gonna. I'll bring it back in Halloween. I won't bring it, and I'll warn everybody as well. About 30 minutes of reading and about 30 minutes of distraction of video watching. I think my paralysis was disassociating because it had been my dad's birthday. That's sad. That's hard to get through that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of chapter 25, but had no internet last night and had to finish the other book today, so I feel really behind. Well, you've got till Sunday. It's all good. Sadia is watching Bones from the beginning and in season 2. Awesome.
Nice.
And did it improve over the years at all?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
So long. It is the one thing that I know that would be different if it had been. She's so autistic. Like she's like the stereotypical autistic. Like there are places where I'm like, you guys maybe you're going a little too. You don't know you've made a caricature, but you made a caricature. But there are also places where she'll like start. I'll be like, these are my friends. know these people. I know people who this is. I know people who do this.
Yeah. Hello, Patricia. Coming over from Katie's Friends. I'm reading The Invisible Life of Ali LaRue on page 179 and struggling with it. A lot of people struggle with this book. I think this one is a very polarizing book at times.
You either like this book or you don't.
Yeah.
Or you're like me, who I was determined to like this book. Spoiler, I didn't. So I DNF'd it 3 times, and the third time I made it to 98 pages in, and I was like, you know what? Clearly, me and this book are not gonna vibe. So,
Addie LaRue.
Yeah, I really tried with that one. I even tried switching to the audiobook because it's narrated by Julia Wellen. I literally tried everything to love this book, and finally I was just like, you know what? It's not gonna happen.
Was it the character or the writing?
Kind of both. Addie LaRue, like, her character was just stupid. Like, she just pissed me off. But also, like, the writing was weird too.
Yeah.
But I think if I could have connected with Addie, the writing would have been okay.
Yeah, the writing wasn't so bad if you connected with the character, and that's the problem. A lot of people had that disconnect from the character and found her annoying.
I just felt like she was dumb. Like
a little bit, yeah. I mean, most of her characters are dumb. I'll be honest. Like, thinking about Darker Shade of Magic, there's so many places where I'm like,
but here's the thing. I like Magnolia Parks, so I'm okay with a dumb character.
Yeah,
Magnolia and BJ are freaking idiots in Magnolia Parks, but like, I'm okay with a dumb character, but I need the characters to be dumb in like a realistic way. You know?
Yeah.
Cal and Milo are a little bit more on the dumb in a realistic way. I didn't like Addie LaRue simply because it wasn't a book for me. Wasn't a book for me there. But Darker Shade, she hasn't written anything that has connected with me and made me love it the way that Darker Shade of Magic has. Like, I've enjoyed some of her other books, haven't loved them like I love the Shades of Magic.
I haven't read Dark Shade of Magic, so it's on my list to read, but I will get to it eventually. So I didn't mind Addie LaRue. I found it a little bit.
The writing is very flowery.
Yeah, but that doesn't really bother me. I just found the storyline a little bit meh. It could have been better.
It takes for her to get you to the connection of what's actually happening in that one, if I remember correctly.
And I just listened to the audiobook. I didn't actually read that one. I just listened to the audiobook. Nice. My husband liked it.
Yeah. Like, it's good writing. It's just it was not for me. Primarily because of how it ended. I was just like, I don't like this. I knew this was going to happen, but I don't like it.
It was very predictable.
A little bit.
Yeah. Sarah's also joined. I'm done reading for the day, so I'm working my way through watch later videos. Katie is also back. Christina is also watching Bones as well. Not at the moment, but we are in the...
Oof, I remember Palant. Little motherfucker.
Addie wasn't for Katie either. There's a lot of people that didn't like it, and as Neva said, you either did or you didn't.
The 2 people that I know off the top of my head that really love this book, like it's a favorite book, is Crystal from Bomb Book Reviews and Jan Adton. They both loved it because actually, when I did my reading like Jan vlog last year, one of the books on the syllabus that she gave us for that weekend readathon that I turned into a week-long video was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I was like, I'm not reading this. Like, I looked at it because I was trying to pick books that I had not already read, which there were quite a few that I had already read, but also books that I thought that I would ultimately enjoy. And I can say that I think that the reason I didn't like Addie LaRue didn't necessarily have anything to do with the flowery writing, because Dowry of Blood, I gave 5 stars, and it's flowery writing too. Like the writing of Diary of Blood is similar to the writing that's in Addie LaRue. They're different authors, but it's similar enough.
Yeah.
That I feel like I connected to the characters in Diary of Blood, and I did not connect to Addie's character at all. I just feel like she was an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, one, who makes a deal with the devil to begin with?
The thing is that she didn't just do it once. That's
Well,
that was my problem. Was that she did it, and so I was like, okay, I understand. Like that's the storyline here. Is that she makes a deal with the devil. That's the whole point of this. Is that she makes a deal with the devil, a spirit, whatever, and then that makes it so that no one remembers who she is. Got it. Cool. I can get behind it. But then she kept making deals, and I was like, listen. After like the second or third time that she made a deal, I was like, I'm done with you, ma'am. Because clearly you don't learn things. Like, stop making deals. Like, I could have been behind it if she'd made like one deal and then had to like persevere through trying to get people to remember her or whatever. But like, why are we making multiple deals?
That does come around at the end of the book, but I only remember the initial deal and something that happens at the end. I don't remember the other ones, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just thinking then. I don't remember the other deals that she made, but I remember the first initial one.
There was at least one other deal that she made.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Miss LaRue.
I can see that makes sense with how the book goes. And like what the eventual end of the book is. But like I get what Neva is saying. Like it's one thing to be forced into a deal with the devil. It's another thing to like consciously choose. I'm gonna do this again.
Like Addie LaRue's character reminded me, the way I felt about her character reminded me of how I felt about the main character in Where the Crawdads Sing. Because I DNF'd that book too, and like I knew about the controversy with the author when I picked that book up. My grandma gave it to me, so like I felt like I should at least try it.
Yeah.
No. And when I tried to read that one, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go into this like with like a clean mind. Like I hadn't read any like actual reviews on the book itself. Okay, so who all is eating? Okay, somebody's gonna have to find me a Tupperware then, because
they're Tupperware.
I meant like a 15 ounce.
Well, now you can make multiple. Cost efficient, we can get them.
Except I was only making it for one night, not for 6.
Yeah, well, there's still plenty of rice. So even if you won't make
go put it in the kitchen. Find me a Tupperware that has a lid, because because she's gonna only eat rice.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to put the rest of the chili beans in the fridge because y'all bought a 30-ounce can instead of a 15-ounce can.
Yeah.
So go find me a Tupperware that has a lid.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
There are plenty of Tupperware.
Okay, thank you.
Eating beans next week.
I saw them because they said they were going to the store, so I said, "Can you grab me a single can of chili beans?"
You got a can. And on that note, you were saying about
so Where the Crawdads Sing, like that main character, I DNF'd the book because I felt like we were supposed to feel something about her, like feel badly for her, and I didn't care. You know what I mean? Because like I felt like if we were going to read about like her abusive dad and like how terrible it was that her mom left or whatever, that we should feel something, and I felt nothing.
Christina's saying, I'm so glad you say that. We thought it was just us as we live the autism life. We could see it, but never heard anybody else say it. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's not. It is something to be said about how, like, so often, like, the really super smart people in shows are very autistic coded. But anyone who I feel has experience with some of the way that manifests. If you see it in your friend, you're going to see it in Bones because that's how she is written. And there's some question like in the first and second season is like, is this the trauma or is this she's neurodivergent? And then we into season 3 and it's very much no, she has trauma and she's neurodivergent. Like it's both. It's both.
I'll have to go and check out, and because I'd be interested to watch it, and I'll have to check out because I haven't seen it on any of my streaming services, but it may be on my free to air playbacks where I'll have to endure, commercials or whatever. So yeah, I like Bones through season 2, but the way the characters are trying to fix Brennan just makes me angry after a while. They won't value her who she actually is.
I can see that. Like I some of it is her like self-directed by her, like her wanting to understand things better. Like we just had an episode where she was talking to I want to be able to do what Booth does when he does the interrogations. And like they're trying to go over an exercise to help her get better at reading facial expressions. She just can't do. It's adorable. But I think you see Booth especially kind of start to like just be like, but this is who you are. Like that's fine. Like don't like we can fill in the gaps for you basically. But I do think it does. There have been conversations when I've just been like, there's nothing that needs to be fixed here though, Angela.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you? Just popping in, but won't be here for very long because sleepy. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. Yeah, that's why it's fair enough because you've been like Katie the same. A DNF, Addie LaRue. Thanks for confirming my suspicion that it was going to get better. That's fine. I would have thought that they would have mentioned the autism in one episode about an autistic kid, but then it was in an older show.
Yeah,
but it is an older show. Yeah, sorry, I can't read obviously, and they did not know as much as they do now, which is very true.
With her growing up, I don't think she would have been diagnosed. Like she would have been one of the ones where they take their children in to get them diagnosed potentially. And that's how she gets diagnosed because she has very low support needs. So.
All right, we're at the end of the comments. Are we ready to go for a sprint?
We most certainly are. I need to get this vlog.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, we will see you in an hour.
I want
Thanks, everybody. We all go. How'd you go, Neva?
It was a dinner sprint.
Yay! Dinner's good.
And also, I'm on chapter 31 of this book. There's a lot happening right now, so I only have like an hour and a half left. So
What happens in books? Nice.
How'd you go, Michael?
I got a video up. I got my vlog for Weekend of Peace last weekend up. And then I am currently figuring out what my TBR is going to be for the for April, because I have to put that up on Monday, which means I have to film it tonight. Anyways.
How'd you go, Coda? How was your dinner with your friends?
It's good. It was delicious. I'm a really good cook.
Even if I say so myself.
Good job, me. Yeah, it was fun. We watched the original Mean Girls while we ate dinner, and it's been a while. It's much better than the musical, so
Awesome.
it's good.
What are you reading today?
Right now, I'm reading my buddy pages for Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell.
Mm-hmm.
I have read 2 chapters since I got back or done with dinner, and I have 3 more to go.
Awesome. I got to chapter 5 of Merciless Stars by Candace Robinson. It is a stuff your Kindle book, so, and it has audio. So I'm doing a bit of diamond painting. I started diamond painting this sprint as well. So yeah,
It's been a minute.
it's a little witch.
Oh, cool.
With a cat. So it won't take me long because, like, just in that sprint, and I didn't even do it for all that sprint, I'm almost finished this section. So it'll be finished this week. But I need a small one. After all the big ones that I've been doing, I need a small one.
Nice.
Let's have a look and see how we went in the comments. I feel later on they are more accepting. This is about bones, right?
Yeah. I think the creators did course correct. I think there's some conflict with how she sees the world and how other people see. It's just she does sometimes have to have somebody like, hey, just so you know, this is how other people are going to interpret this. And I think they're better at handling that later on than they are at the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some nuance that is gained. Words.
Cool. Reminding me that I have a blog post about autism for my job on Monday. Ari, she's ready. Love it.
yeah, because you said, "Are we ready for another sprint?" And she was like, "I'm ready."
Yeah. Did she end up with Macca's or
no?
No.
She ended up with cheesy rice.
Cheesy rice is good.
Cheesy rice sounds delicious.
So, because she won't eat.
It's like cheese on rice, but no beans because I don't like the beans.
Yeah, she won't eat beans.
So I
good for her.
Mommy just
No, really?
so that I can like eat my food and I don't have to gag about I don't have enough cheese, which I don't like.
I support the no beans life, Ari.
Dude, when I had Ashley's kids, I used to tell Ethan all the time because Ethan doesn't like beans. I used to tell him all the time because we had chili all the time. Like me and his mom really liked chili, and we'd all make chili all the time. And I used to tell him, "There's no such thing as chili with no beans." And then the first time I took him to Sonic and got him a chili cheese dog, he looked at that chili and was all, "Uncle Coda, I thought you said that there was no such thing as chili with no beans in it." I was like, "That's not chili, kiddo. That's chili sauce."
I can't get past the texture of them. They make me gag. So,
All of them?
green beans I can do. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think they count as a bean.
They do, but they
They're
don't.
called beans. They're a bean.
They literally have beans inside them.
That's where the beans come from, Coda.
My mother. I used to eat
different kind of bean.
I used to eat lima beans like they were candy, but like the texture is just like
then no more.
it turns out I'm allergic to them too.
Figure it out or just eat it.
There is Margaret's video that's gone up. That is the link if anybody's looking for it in the next sprint. Go watch it, thumbs up it, leave a comment, do the things that you're supposed to do. Froglet, hello Carly, how are you? How is life in Australia? I haven't seen you for ages. How have you been going? At the beach today and reading it.
You need to hurry up because it's.
I wouldn't mind being at one side of my house is blue sky, and the other side of the house is black and dark clouds, and it's moving this way. So
We get that in Florida. I've never...
it just can't make up its mind. If I look out this way, it's so sunny and shiny, and over here it's like doom and gloom. This is the side that I want to go to because this is the reading side. This is where I have to get out in the real world side. I keep missing the chat starting Alice the Dagger. I did look this up, and I actually don't have this on. I must have got this in Stuff Your Kindle. So far, both Brittany and I have had the same books on there because we've obviously liked a lot of the same books. So yeah. Hey Bree, how you going? How's life? What are you reading? I've read some pages. Couldn't tell you how many. That's fine. I have moments like that too. I read some. It may be one page. It may be 50. Who knows? Almost to chapter 27 now. Everybody's saying hello. Hello to Carly. I have about 90 minutes of listening left on Demon Copperhead. I applaud you for this because that is one hell of a long book.
Yeah, didn't she just start it like yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, like if you speed it up, it's not an overly long book. I think it's like 25 hours or something, or 27 hours.
Like
I can't remember. Yeah, it's like it's 700 and something pages, depending on what copy you've got. So yeah. So humble, Coda. Yes. Finished the 8th Wayward Children's book and got to page 645 in Master of Sorrows. Nice progress, Linz. Cheesy rice. How do you make your cheesy rice for Ari?
It's literally just white rice with shredded cheese on. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, that's when I do cheesy rice. I add peas and other things into it. But that's all I do. I heat it up in the microwave so it's really hot, and then I dump the Parmesan cheese on it and mix it through really quick.
So she likes like Monterey Jack or whatever, Colby Jack cheese, which is what I use when I make beans and rice, which is just chili beans and rice. Okay, I'm not fancy. So I just take my rice, I put my beans on it, and then I put the cheese on top. So I just make sure that there's rice separated, like I don't mix it all together, and then I just put cheese on top of her.
Yeah,
rice.
Because I don't like beans. So.
Yes, I know. Eat.
The entire internet is aware you don't like beans, Ari. It's all good. we will never feed you beans. It's okay.
I'll eat all the beans.
Yeah, we'll put all of your beans on Dakota's plate when you come to visit. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's so
what
funny.
vegetables does she like?
I don't like any vegetables.
You don't like it? Well, that's fair enough. That's fair.
She she will eat fruit. Like if you get if I give her an option between like fruit and like
vegetables,
not good food. So like fruit and chips. Like she'll almost always pick fruit.
Good for you.
Sometimes I will pick chips.
Yes, sometimes you will. Yes.
And fruit.
But sometimes we need to eat chips because we need to eat.
I mean, she eats bananas. She eats apples. She eats pineapple. She eats
peaches.
Most berries. She eats peaches. So like,
My best friend's son was like that. Wouldn't touch a vegetable. Like if you even looked like you were going to put a vegetable on his plate, it was an atomic meltdown. Like the world was ending, and all the things that little people do. And now as a teenager, he just laps them up.
Yeah, the closest thing to a vegetable that she'll eat is pickles.
Mm-hmm. Pickles are good.
That does work. That works. Totally counts.
She's definitely like my kid. That she's like just like me when it comes to pickles. Like she'll eat the pickle, she'll drink the pickle juice. Like
because it's good.
That's good for you too.
Someday she will understand the beauty of a roasted Brussels sprout, Neva. You just got to keep her alive long enough.
Do you know what I like to do with pickles? I get pickles and wrap ham around them
with cream cheese.
Yeah. So bad for you.
So
good.
She'll eat pickles, but that's about. I mean, she's tried vegetables. I don't know. Probably on the table. She will try vegetables occasionally. Like sometimes I can get her to like try a carrot or like try broccoli, but most of the time she's like, "Ooh, vegetables? Absolutely not."
You gotta throw like half a stick of butter on it and then salt
it up.
It works every time.
We'll do some veggies here that are very tasty.
You could put cheese. You can put cheese on all your vegetables. You could put a cheese.
How mommy eats cheesy rice and broccoli.
I used to make the kids Brussels sprouts, and I would cut them in half and steam them, so that the because you know how when you bite into a Brussels sprout, it's like it's okay till you get to the middle, and it's like really sour in the middle. So I would cut them in half before I rolled them in butter, and then I would just salt them. And Ethan was when I asked Ethan what he wanted for dinner for his birthday, he was like Brussels sprouts. I was like, well, what do you want with your Brussels sprouts? He's like, can't we just have Brussels sprouts?
No. That's me when my mom asks what I want special for Thanksgiving. I'm like, I am only here for the sweet potato casserole, Mother. You know this. It's the same every year. Give me the sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, just make me the dish. No one else can have any, and I'll just have that.
That's literally how it goes. Is we have everyone gets their bite on Thanksgiving Day, and then the rest I just kind of sneak it in the back of the fridge. No one knows it's there.
I don't think I've ever had sweet potato casserole. What's in it besides sweet potatoes?
It's primarily sweet potatoes, sugar. I think a lot of recipes use like dairy and butter. My mother has to do different things for me. And then you, on top of it, you do like the marshmallows, or my mom likes to do like nuts. I think she has to do, it's pecans that I can eat. So she'll do pecans with brown sugar and like a little bit of spice, like Thanksgiving spices over the top, and then you just bake that.
It's basically a dessert.
Yeah,
I think okay. So I've had them. We call them candied
yams.
Yeah.
We do. We call it sweet potato, but it's like basically literally just mashed sweet potatoes with topping and lots of sugar.
I could get down on that. Any kind of potato, really.
Yeah, I'm down for any potato. Sweet.
Especially funeral potatoes. If you've got funeral potatoes, they're gone.
Potatoes are always good.
Have you ever had Japanese sweet potato?
No.
They have a purple skin and a white center. They make really nice chips. Better than the orange ones.
Wait, what's the name for them? They have a name, right? Like a different name than sweet potato, don't they?
When I buy them here, they're just called Japanese sweet potato. They even look like a sweet potato.
There's I know in Hawaii the purple sweet potatoes are really like they're everywhere, because when I went there to stay with a friend, everywhere we went to eat, purple sweet potatoes.
Are they white on the inside?
No, the inside is actually purple.
Purple, yeah.
It looks like a regular sweet potato until you cut it open.
But yeah. Okay. Now, these ones actually have a purple skin and a white on the inside.
I want these. I'll have to look. Maybe in the Asian market. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find some.
And they're not as sweet. Like they're classed as a sweet potato. They're in the same family and everything, but they're not as sweet as the orange ones.
Oh, I'm all about the sweet.
They're real. That's why they make really good chips.
Yeah.
Or fries.
But yeah, that makes sense though. That makes sense that would fry up really well.
I just ate and all the sweet potato talk is making me hungry for sweet potatoes.
I love it. They were one of the few like sweet things I could eat as a kid. So
yeah, and I was all about the sweet things as a kid. It was like candy, Mountain Dew.
yeah, they all have dairy in them. So like for me, it was like, nope, you can't have that. Sorry.
Carly says it's been good. I've got a semester break this week, but we'll be going camping in the rainforest for a few days. One of my class to do research. Excellent.
That's awesome.
You'll have a lot of fun with that. Take some rid with you because you'll get eaten alive up there. I don't get bitten by mozzies, so I don't have that problem. Carly also used to hate beans until I lived in Ecuador for a few months as a vegan, so I was forced to like them. Yeah, well, otherwise you've got really nothing else.
Only option, I could manage it, but like there'd be a lot of like hummusy style dishes.
Yeah, I love hummus.
Me personally, and some people call me like soft or say that I let her get away with too much or whatever. I just don't fight with Ari about the things that she doesn't like.
Yeah, you've got to pick your battles. Like,
yeah, she won't just like them forever. Like,
yeah.
Growing up, like I was relatively picky because of my texture issues. She's a bit more picky than I remember being, but
that's okay, Ari.
It's okay. But most of it is because she can't stand the texture of things.
Yeah.
So we just find things that she can eat that are fine. Yeah.
It's okay to be picky. It's not a bad thing.
He's picky too.
Yeah, we're all picky.
As a kid too, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
What do I not like? I don't like a lot of things. I don't like tomatoes unless they're in ketchup. I don't like sour cream. That stuff is disgusting. Until I was like 12, I didn't like whipped cream because I was convinced that it tasted like shaving cream. I mean, I was wrong, but that's how I convinced myself.
Are you talking about like whipped cream or like Cool Whip?
Either one. It didn't matter.
I'm like, Cool Whip doesn't taste like shaving cream. It tastes like vegetable.
No, like sweet, like whipped cream, like what you put like on hot cocoa, right? Or Cool Whip, which now like you know how Cool Whip is like in the freezer section? I will buy a Cool Whip and just like
eat it like a savage. Yeah.
Like it's like
a savage.
But there's a lot of things that Mom doesn't like. I'll get you Kool-Aid next week when I get back. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, I've hit the 50% of powerless, and I think the story is keeping me interested, so I won't be doing anything. Still,
I can't wait to read this book.
Is this I've got this, I'm pretty sure.
It's like a
Was this the B&K one?
Yes.
Book club? Yeah, I've got that.
Because Brianna gave me the idea to read that Powerless and then the Elsie Silver Powerless. They're completely different. Okay. The one No, ma'am. The one that's by Elsie Silver is like a hockey romance. And then this one is like what? Romanticy.
Yeah.
When you got home from work and you put on
Maybe.
All right, we'll go for a short sprint, so a 40-minute sprint, and we'll come back and do some chatty bits and then move over to Breeze.
Awesome. Yes.
Sounds good. All righty. All right, well, we'll see you all in 40 minutes. Hello.
Hello.
How did we all go?
I've only got a little bit left in my chapter. My last chapter for this book.
How'd you go, Margaret? Get your filming done?
Sorry, what?
Did you get your filming done?
No. But I am ready to film. So
Awesome.
I got the TBR figured. Well, I've got as much of the TBR figured out as I can because some of it is random picks, and people like to see that happen on screen. Yada yada yada. And I got my makeup done. So
awesome. Are you doing Aurelium this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it every year, by which I mean I make a TBR for the views and then promptly forget about it. I haven't actually really made any progress in any of the times that I've tried it, including before it was rebranded. I don't know what it is about this readathon, but like I try. I don't think I read any of the books for my Aurelium TBR last April.
I did it last April and didn't do it in August, and for obvious reasons because amazing readathon. So yeah.
Yep. And I was a host in Amazing Readathon, so I was like, "There's no way," because I'm gonna have to actually focus on this fully. But this year, I might actually be able. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
There's big capital letters of maybe and underlined 100 times that you maybe get to it.
One of these times I will do it. It'll happen.
That's fair enough. How'd you go, Neva?
I made it to chapter 34. I'm like halfway through chapter 34. And probably gonna have to take a nap during Bree's sprints, to be honest.
I'm probably going to take a nap for Breeze as well, because I've got to go down. First, I've got to go down and deal with the supermarket. I've got to get a few things on Easter Saturday, and like you have 2 public holidays in this town and everything shuts down, so everybody's freaked out and buying everything off the shelves.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then I'm going to come back and have a nap because I didn't sleep very well last night. So yeah. And yeah.
Well, I'm not staying up very late because I've got to go to bed to be up at 4 o'clock.
What time you've got to get up? You've got to get up at 4.
I'm going to get up before.
Yeah.
Because it'll be 5 o'clock his time when he starts.
Oh, okay. Yep.
God bless.
That's fair enough. Now, I did drop the link into the comments down below for Breeze as well. But if you're on the playlist, you should be able to just get taken straight to the next one if you've got the playlist open. You do have to have it open. If you're having troubles with it, make sure you've got it open in a tab and it'll take you to the next one. Just back to our conversation before the sprint, sprouts are awesome. Sweet potatoes are already sweet. I really don't like marshmallows on them. I would probably go with the nuts on the top. Yeah, that would make it really nice and salty.
I like it with the marshmallows because then it tastes closer to sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
I don't like sweet potatoes. Ari, lay down. You ain't even know.
I like my sweet potatoes drowned in maple syrup, so yeah, I probably would like this version.
Yeah, I only really like sweet potatoes in sweet potato pie because it tastes like you use the same spices for like pumpkin pie.
Right, yeah.
So the closer that you make it to a dessert, the more willing I'm going to be to eat it.
Yeah, I love sweet potato pie. Yum, 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 yum.
I don't eat sweet potato pie. I eat sweet potatoes just like roasted, mashed, all that sort of stuff. So I don't tend to, like if I was going to have what Margaret was talking about, I'd have nuts on it, but I would put a lot of like salt. So you had the sweet and salty.
Yeah, I think when I was little, my mom thought I was allergic to marshmallows, which makes no sense because there's no dairy in them.
Yeah. True. Carly, there's the mosquitoes love me. Yeah, there's a lot up there. Other people's bug spray, they stand near me. That is bad because, like, where you are, yeah. Carly was also extremely picky as a kid and now enjoys most vegetables. Monica, it says that it's a YA fantasy romance. I didn't realize it was YA.
It is YA fantasy romance.
Yeah.
I didn't know either.
Everybody made the same face.
I had a good time with it, but that's because I like what I think is the inspiration for it, which is an older YA fantasy, which I think was written better. I won't say which one it is because I don't want to spoil Neva for what it's about, but anyways.
ML joined as we were heading out. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I missed almost the entire segment from eating dinner and watching Parule, both UK and UK versus the world and regular USA one. Fridays is the day that gets watched. Awesome. Brooklyn popped in and we miss Brooklyn. Work sucks. Having to be an adult is sucky.
Yeah.
So because we were going to be going to Brooklyn's channel next, but work got in the way, unfortunately. And that's the thing about, like, I've noticed with my daughter as well, like that she won't be rostered on for work, and then the public holidays roll around, and then everybody's suddenly sick or goes MIA. So she ends up getting called in because we're like 2 minutes from the store where she works. So she's always at the top of the list. Plus, you know, she's a manager and stuff as well. So,
oh God, that makes it hard.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd end Friday evening with a novel about a cockroach named Pete giving full advice to a jailed social rights activist. This is the winner for the weirdest book of the day.
Is that one of the women's prize books?
I bloody well hope not.
I think so, because she was saying
that's all Chris is reading.
Yeah, Chris was saying that all she was reading right now was the women's prize.
Yeah, but the book has also come out too. The Booker list, and there's a couple of other lists as well.
I don't know, but earlier she said she was starting a women's prize.
She did say that earlier.
What the freaking? Which freaking?
Something for you to look forward to, Nicole. The cockroach dialogues.
And I love you, but I'm not going on that journey. Hell no.
She said it.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I won't do it on a sprint then.
The last journey was enough for me.
Hope everyone has the great rest of their day and good night. I must have got lost. Thanks for the sprints. No worries. Reapplied sunscreen, ate a sandwich for lunch. Awesome. That is very key. Always reapplied. Most people forget to do that. Especially up there, you'll burn to a crisp. And watch out for crocodiles while you're up there too, if you're on the beach. So yeah. You get salties up there, which are quite nasty. So yeah, 93% done. Awesome. Sadia washed the dishes, put a load of laundry in the washer, and watched some more of Bones. Excellent. Productive. I was not that productive at all in any of the sprints this morning. Did some exam grading in the last bit of the last sprint, and 10 left to go. Awesome. Just got home from work and ready to read loads. Well, we are moving over to Bree's channel, which is 4 Paws and a Book. Typos. Oh, I missed it. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. My March Madness efforts sound a little bit like what you described, Margaret. Made a TBR. And a video, and then forgot to even exist till a few weeks ago. And the books I finished in the TBR were accidental.
It's about how I'm doing Comic-Con right now too. It's bad. I'm just like, it's the end of March. I haven't touched any of these books. It's fine.
Well, hopefully you can power through, Monica, and get that finished. Lynn's finished Master of Sorrows and ended up finding it very meh. That's not good.
That's sad.
I don't like meh books either. Finished my chapter and then took a shower. Ready for the port key. Nice. It's coming. As always, thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here, Chris. I appreciate it. Jamie says, I might try to be awake and online for your sprints coda, seeing as they are such a channel milestone. Yes. I'll be hanging out for an hour, but then I have a commitment somewhere else that I've got to go, and then I might be able to come back. I'll be in the comments, though, for sure. It's 3 a.m. here, so I'm going to get some sleep. Oh, have to be up in 4 hours. I hope you sleep well. Prefer sweet potato pie over pumpkin.
Same.
It's
Nicole just slightly better. It's good.
Yeah, I don't eat any of them. I've had pumpkin pie before, and it's okay, but it's not my favorite thing to eat. But I've never had sweet potato pie, so I might have to make myself one.
Yeah, try one because it's not like extra. It doesn't have a lot of extra. It doesn't have like nuts or whipped cream or marshmallow or anything. It's just like pumpkin pie. It's just the pie.
Yeah, I might have to try it because I've never actually had it before. So
you might like it. You like sweet potatoes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will try that this year. Nicole must have blocked it out. She read the novel. Oh yeah, that's right. It did. I forgot about that bit. I've already read it. Thank goodness. I blocked it out. I don't have to look forward to it. Yes, I remember that the in the bathroom. Yeah, I'm trying to block most of this list out at the moment. So yeah, I'm at the beach with stinger nets, so hopefully no crocs. Yeah, no, you should be right. May have to go to bed early just so I can be sure to make it to Coders. Yes, be sure to make it to Coders. First live stream.
No, I have to go to bed to make it to Coders too.
Sweet potato pie has protein in it, so you can eat it for breakfast. Fair enough. And with that, we have got to the end of the stream, and we're going to head over to Bree's channel. As I said, the link is in the comments. If you've got the playlist open, it's there as well. And of course, we're going to just go right now, and we will see you all in a couple of minutes. Bye.